Mhm. It's okay. It's okay. Inakuwa ngokwati done. Right. All right. Right. Yes. Yes, I'm waiting for you guys. Those ones who are going to join us for today. And here we go. I'm waiting for you guys. Those ones who can. Mm, mm, uh, those ones who are joining us, please, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. Those ones who are joining us. I'm still. I wanted us to do these fluffy kinkies, and we get done of them. So to those ones who have been, those ones who have started joining us, will have to explain some of those things that maybe we have skipped from down, but trust me, we shall be able to, to understand them. So please, those ones who are joining, let's try to like the live so that others can join us, and then we continue with our live streaming. My name is Maurice, the Crochetmaster. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our YouTube channel, those ones who are joining right now. And we're going to do something that is very, very interesting and simple. So to those ones who want to learn this, trust me, you'll be able to learn it because it's very, very simple. Wait up. I'm seeing myself. So now here, I'm just remaining with this, but first and foremost, as we started these things, you remember we were trying to do some hairstyles that are very quick, and then we don't need to sit for a long time, but still, that's something that we need to understand while doing them. So this time around, we are doing the natural tangles. That's how we call them here. But others can call them the fluffy kinky. Yes, so hi Simons. But how I started, of course, is how you can see these were just two. And this is something that I'm saying that is big. So these were just two only. And then, oh, T3 AM, so sorry, so sorry. I'm just going to try to be speedy here so that you sleep after seeing this. Now, after seeing all here, we're going to remove these and look here. This was my second line. So my second line, I have to follow the bricklaying. And if it's the bricklaying, of course, if these were two, these are going to be three. So that this one in the middle is going to cover this line. And these ones are going to be this way. But if it's not bricklaying, of course, we would have said that this one would be here and this line also. There's another one. But for the bricklaying, remember, we have to do our braids looking like this. So most of the times, this is how we always have to know while doing this. So if these are three, of course, we have to continue with that and knowing that this is going to be in this way and this is here covering with this and then this goes that way, and that's how we always do the brick laying. And we're doing it this big so that it is fast and very on the head. Yes. So another thing we have to understand is that yes, we are doing the same big thing, but somehow, somewhere, you find like this, the same kinky that I'm using here it is not the one that I'm going to use here, or it's not the one that I'm going to use here. Why? It is because here the hair is already thick. It is already thick, it's not like this one. So if I use the same length, it means here is going to be very, very big, and it will it will cause tension, or they will not match with this one. So what I always do is to make sure that I keep on reducing the volume as I'm going to the thick hair. That is the first thing that you need to understand. So as we are doing, of course, since it is big, and sometimes we always ask our clients like maybe what they want. If they want something that is simple and holding a puff, of course, we have to do it going to the same direction. And this is the direction that I'm plaiting my braids, looking to the direction of the puff. And I now know that those ones who always want to leave it free. So if you want to leave it free, of course, I'll also braid it going down. But this one I'm going upwards because they are going to be held puff. So that's what we do that way. Now, as we're continuing, you can see these are two, these are three. I'm doing this. So we are going to, as we are reaching here, of course, when you try to look here, I'm on this point where I'm in the middle. But of course, my path is not going to be here. It is going to be somehow here. Now, if my path is here, it means still I have to make sure that I do my braiding. These ones also, they have to look upwards. So until I start from here, these are the ones that are going to look behind. Okay, so those ones who are joining, that is something that I wanted you guys to learn and to understand when it comes to that. So for now, let's continue and see how I'm braiding this. Of course, we are still using our molding gel as usual, and this is how it looks. And of course, when it comes to the gel, you can use any gel you feel like when it comes to your braidings. Yes, because I've seen that those ones who uses the less jam, the shine and less jam, the shine and jam, something like that. Others use the OSAT. In fact, there are many. There are many. So it's just a matter of what you get, and it is very nice for your braiding. Is the one that you always use. So this time around, I'm very sorry for you guys who are sleeping right now, but I think this was my good time, and I hope maybe when you wake up, you will find this, and then you try to understand it well. Okay, yeah, those ones who are sleeping, I hope you may not see this, but I know when you wake up, you can do what? You will have to do it. So now, as we continuing, as I told you, these are going to be the fluffy, kinky. This is how it is here. And then what I do after, I come and I join them together here like this. So after joining them together like this, I just hold here, okay? I hold here. Now if I hold here, of course I'm going to bring my hair this way. This is something I've been telling you guys, that when it comes to kinky, there is nothing like adding on tension while braiding, because we know that kinky matches well with natural hair. Okay, so as you're braiding, please don't make it tight. Don't make the kink very, very tight. Always have to be as soft as possible. So after that, remember we are doing it in a twisty way, so we don't want to make these three to go far. What I will do, I will just remove this. The kink is the one that I remove. Then I come, I tie here. Okay, it is only the beginning that I want to zoom in. They cannot see. Okay, this one I tie it very well. Let me try, if possible. If possible, that is the head. It can be like this. Okay. Yes, you need to zoom it well so that someone can see. Now, others who have not seen, let's try to look at this one and you see how this method go. Okay, I know most of my fans are sleeping right now, but I'm very, very sorry I had to pass this out, and maybe when we have some other good time, we shall, I'll be able to catch up with you guys. So you have to separate these into 3 portions as usual, and then we bring our kinky. So this one we always have to add it like this, then you hold here, then after holding there, of course, you just have to come here this way, just like this, and then you start braiding. This is the simplest method that you can do while braiding, just like this. Okay. And then there is, yes, hello Jennifer Bexy, how are you? What's the time where you are? Yes, so we braid here like this, and we continue, okay, like this, and you can see no tension added. And then when we reach here, of course, we don't need to move too much. Remember, it is a twist, okay? It is a twist, we don't need to. Then after we lock here, then after we just braid it tight, okay? Now, when we reach here, of course, all these are looking upwards, but now when we reach here, we're going to start braiding, now coming to the directions that we all need. And the direction that we're going to is now like following our path where it's going to be. So we're just remaining with this here in the middle, and this is where I'm going to add in my uh, this is where our puff is going to be held. Okay, so what I do, I don't have to, I just have to make sure. Yes, Daisy, how are you doing? Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? So after, please, let's try to like the video. Let's like the live so that others can also try to see this. Then after, I'm still going to come after adding my 3 portions. I come like this, and then I start adding. Okay, so this is very, very simple, and then you do it this way. Okay, after this goes like this. Now, of course, most of you guys are waiting to see the front, like how we're going to do it, and those are the things, in fact, I would want us to see very well. So here we are done. Now let me try to make it, because now we're going on the side. So now, of course, our puff, the way it moves behind, as I've shown you, it is coming from upwards. Now here, we're going to be going following the front. I'm watching from Nigeria. Oh, it's 10. Yes, I think for you, you're okay. Yes, for you, okay. Then Tonya Thomas, hello. How are you doing? How are you doing? You can also tell me where you're watching from. Yes, I think that one of Nigeria for you, the time is fine with you. But I have my, yes, Robert. Okay, Montero, Robert Montero. Yes. Okay, you've just joined us. Now, I have to make sure that my gel is well there. And then what I do, just come here and I make my line to be like this. Okay. Olulimi olundumanyi naawe serious.
Sarah, UK.
Eh?
Sarah,
Yes, Sarah, UK. Ate Shakira si yakasiba. Shakira mukolo. Okay, now, all right. So as we're continuing, of course, like yesterday, that those people I was trying to tell that please, when you reach here, try to make a sketch because it is very, very good always to do a sketch for yourself in the way that you don't do a mistake because these are very, very big braids. Now, if you don't make a sketch, trust me, you will find yourself doing these mistakes. So after, now, guess what? This time around, we are going to follow the, now we are braiding going this way, okay? Okay, what? States, oh my God, United States, it is 4:33. It is late, it is late. I know it is late for you. Okay, so now here, still, I'm going to separate this into 3 portions like this, okay? What one? So after separating that, so we are going to do this. My portion is this way. Then after I add on this. This is how it is held. Zoom in. So as I'm adding, you can see how this looks like. So we are going to do this, and then we use our inward knotless. Okay? So never mind, someone is going to be twisting so that we can do this faster. Now, after it is zoomed, you can see here you don't need to add on any tension. Okay? Don't need to add on any tension, and then you come here and we do it this way. So this is the kink that I use to do what? To lock here. I don't use anything like her hair because I know maybe someone, if they're unplaiting it, it might be hard for them. So I just use this so that even if you're unplaiting, just come and cut it. Okay? Now let's go to the second direction. Of course, I had already made my sketch, so it is the same thing I do here, and then I do here. So there was supposed to be 4, okay? But all in all, what you need to follow is the lines. Okay? The lines. You need to make sure that your lines are very, very perfect. All right. Sarah from UK, then Tonya. I hope you have just woken up or you're going to sleep. So let's continue with this. We add our gel. Okay. So then after we gel it very well, just like this. So I make sure that my line is perfect. That is the only thing I always focus on. Once my line is perfect, I come and I make this into 3 portion. This is one, and then the second one, of course, it's supposed to be a little bit smaller than this big one. And then, of course, after this, I come and pass through it here. Okay. Montero, hell, good. Thank you so much. Now, here, when I'm done with this, Of course, I'm going to come here and I join this in the middle, okay? And I think someone can come and be twisting this hair so that you can see how they are going to look like, okay? The only thing you need to avoid is add on the tension. That is something that you need to avoid, okay? Then after I remove only the hair, you have to make sure that this is only kink without someone's hair, and then we tie here. Then we make it very tight like this. Now pass everywhere, you can pass there. Even if you stand there, it's okay. So now I'm trying to turn her hair. We're remaining with this, and there are two, of course. I'm doing my lines looking this way, okay? And then something I was trying to tell you, this I said it even yesterday, that when it comes to kinky, of course we all know it is very light, but still, since it is very light, that one doesn't mean that whenever you're braiding you need to overpack it. You need to overpack it, so you just have to make sure you don't overpack it. And this all from India. It is 3. Oh my God. Yes, Vena. So what time are you going to sleep? Oh my goodness. Okay, so after all this here, guys, I'm very sorry like to do it right now, but this is the only chance I had. But I hope those ones who we shall still catch up, still catch this. I'm going to post this video so that others can see after, but it's always fun, like whenever we are all online, okay? So now here, still I'm going to separate this. I add on this one like this, and then we continue with our braiding, okay? Now someone is trying to twist. Someone is trying to twist so that we are doing it first. And remember, I told you it is something that is very, very quick. And yes, guys, this is something that I can always recommend it to those ones who don't, love sitting for a long time. Yes, and in fact, the pregnant women, they can also do this since it is something quick. And we all know when it comes to kinky, it is something that you can always wash and it dries as soon as possible. You get it? So there is no need of waiting for it to dry. No way. This takes a short period of time to get dry. So right. So we are very soon we're reaching in front, and then we continue with our braiding. I hope you're trying to see the method that I'm using here. It is the inwards. And I said we have another channel, yes, and that is Knowing My Hairstyle. The link is in the description. You can also go and subscribe on it, because that channel is where like we always explain everything, like on a particular hairstyle. Like maybe if you'd want to do a certain hairstyle, and maybe you just want to know some like more ideas about that hairstyle, we always we always add it on that channel, so that like maybe those ones who are very like those ones who would want to do that hairstyle, at least you know those. You can come this side so that you can know those tips before doing those particular hairstyles. Okay, since we're on our second line and still we're going to get still the 4 of them. You can see her hairline, how it looks like. You can see how the hairline looks like. Yes. And this one, I told you that we always have to make a sketch before we braid. Okay. And now a sketch is going to be like, here it is one, because this one needs to be equal with this one. This is one, this two, and the fourth. Okay. Yes, making these sketches is very, very nice so that you don't do these mistakes. Now, after all this is done, we are still going to use nganga kosa ko braid. So now I'll try to show them this one as she's doing. So yes, I was still trying to explain to you guys, like mostly when it comes to this kinky, we always know how kink can be held. Like if you do it tight, trust me, it is also going to be very, very tight. But most of the time, we just have to make it as soft as possible so that it is also becomes this fluffy. So anyone who is seeing us twisting, just know you don't have to add uh, a lot of tension. You just have to do it as soft as possible. Okay. So after all that, of course, you can see how the twisting is looking like. Okay. But from down, I'm starting like threes. Yes, those ones who saw me like yesterday, those ones who were uh, on my live yesterday, I was trying to show you how to do the fluffy, the 3 of them. Yes, so you can compare this one and the other one. Yes, and then you see what you would love most. Okay, but me, I see like they're all good. According to me, I see like they're all good since um, the method is the same from down, so they're all protective. Okay. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who is watching right now. Guys, thank you so much. And just to all my fans in the US, I think, and I hope most of you are sleeping right now. But guess what? When you wake up, you don't have to miss out this. Yes, because this one is going to be a continuation of the other one that we did yesterday. Okay. Yesterday we did the threes and now these are twos. Yes. So shout out to everyone watching. Yes. Like the wife said, please don't forget to look out for that link in the description called knowing my hairstyle. Knowing my hairstyle. Yes, that channel is going to be showing you those different hairstyles, and maybe you should know more about them. Like whenever you do a certain hairstyle, like how long you need to stay with that style, and maybe the type of hairline you must be having to do a certain hairstyle. Yes, and even those hairstyles that you're not supposed to do as long as you have a particular hairstyle. Okay, so those are the things. Yes, you will be seeing on that channel. You can even hold it and okay. Let's try to get the good angle. I think when we're done with here, of course, as we are doing the front, most of you will see it very clearly. Okay. So those ones who have just joined, and those ones who were there, I was trying to explain to you about this. And in fact, something else that you need to understand is the this method that I'm using, since it is braided, zone in. Since it is braided, it means like anytime you feel like you don't want to unplait it, you can always lock. Okay, you can lock the hair, so it is very easy. Now here I'm braiding as usual, just like this. Someone might ask, like, if you have like fine hairline, can you still do this hairstyle? Of course, I would say yes. You can do this hairstyle even if you have fine hair. You know why? It is because the kinky is always soft. Okay, and since it is soft, the only thing you just need to avoid is someone to overpack your hair. Okay, someone to overpack your hair. And this is what I always try to advise, like most of those guys who do this, that yes, whenever you're doing kinky braids, the only thing you need to know is that it is a very protective hair extension, but still when it comes to it can still break your hair once they're not plaited professional. So you just have to make sure at least when they braid it, they follow like its procedures. Don't add a bigger hair extension on a small partition. Okay, let's say that maybe if we're doing like things that are very small, of course even our extension would have been smaller than this. Okay, but it is very bad and wrong when you say that maybe you want these kind of twists, and then you want them to be, you want them to be packed, so that we are going in front. And of course this is where most people are going to this is where you'd want to see clearly when we're in front. Let me try to change her like this. This one. Huh? I'm not rough. But I'm not rough. But we it's not fine. She's fine. Takuja ni kufanya finish. flower limusika plate alimukasika nga tetakata. So now here we are in front, okay? We are in front. So since we are here, now this is going to be very fine for us. Toina gundi jewajemu yonna negende. Plate them everything. So beveka tunakole cover. Okay. Now, here we are in front. And I always see people, like most of the times we always talk about like the tension added in front. You find someone is talking about the tensions, talking about how we are getting all the hairline. Yes. So here is one thing that we always have to know, that most of the times maybe it is someone adding the tension, and sometimes it is the gel. Okay. So when you see, like maybe the gel is all these are added here, it is not like maybe there are over, let me say, like I'm just trying now to add on this gel like this, okay? Of course, even this, if I add them here, it doesn't mean that I'm going to plate them. Sometimes you might not plate them the way they are. So let's try to do that. But all in all, when it comes to the baby hair, like those ones who have baby hair, like where you can see her hairline here in front, her hairline, it's not like it's broken, but her hairline is weak. Like she has got a lot of baby hair, something like this. Now there's no any way you can braid this, okay? There's no any way you can braid that, sorry. So now what we need is to make sure that the baby hair is held very well, and we shouldn't cause tension on someone. But that is the most part, like other people do some mistakes, okay? And yes, we always know that, of course, when we reach at that point, we always need to focus on doing something that is very, very good, very perfect for our hair, mostly like here in front. So this is something that I'm going to show you, and maybe you understand when it comes to that, okay? Now let's do it. So first and foremost, we all know, let me first hold the one on top so that it doesn't. As I told you, we have to first make our sketches, and I've seen these ones are also going to create also the 4 of them, and we make sure that our line is perfect. That is the most important thing, like always, to make sure that your line is very perfect. So as we're doing, I'm just going to braid here like this. Like here like this. Then I bring my kinky. Of course, all the time you have to make sure that your kinky is as soft as possible. So I come here and I join it like this. Then after joining it, of course, we are going to braid. Now braiding, this is very simple. Let me try to make it here. Now those ones will be saying like maybe Kinky breaks their hairline. This is the simple method for them. hold this here, and then I don't add on any tension. And then I hold this here like this. I don't need to add tension. This one I always try to tell you guys that please don't. This is kinky, and we know how kinky um, can behave when you're trying to do it very tight. Okay, so this one just have to remove the hair, and you braid this alone like this. Tighten here. Okay, so she's going to do the finishing. So here you can see the whole hair, it is coming up to here. uh, Coming up to here. So what I do, of course, after removing all these, my line is just here. So here is something like people always comment about, like maybe adding on the tension, you're making, you're trying to add on the tension on someone's hair. But look, all this is out. Even if I gel this to add on this hair, trust me, for the baby hair, you cannot braid it. You cannot braid it. Baby hair is baby hair. Okay, so here I only gel this one is left out, but still it doesn't mean like all this one that I've taken according to this method it's all going to be plated. No way. Okay, at the end of it all, maybe you will get some and others are going to be remaining. So I make this into three. You see, after doing that, then here we go. The only thing is the tension. When it comes to kinky, everyone is like tension, tension. Don't add tension. Now here I'm done. I do it here once. I hold here. After I add this here, no tension added, and this one upwards here. So now the tension, maybe you might be saying, is seeing the gel. Okay, but when I'm braiding, there is nothing like tension added here because of my hands, how I'm moving. Okay, then when I reach here, I just change it this way. Then after changing it, of course, I'm going to come and I remove this. I come and I tie it here. Okay, you make sure that you tight it very properly, and here we go. You see, now when you look here, you might think that there is a lot of tension, but there is nothing like tension. Okay, this whole thing is just very, very soft as usual. Okay, now we are going on the next step, and this is it is here. So when we are here, of course, the only thing I always try to tell you is to mind about our linings. Linings are very, very important. Wandigambye nenkakuwa batiifa olaga ebitalina agenderamu olaba awagudde. Maze natereera. Okay, so still, as I told you, we have to follow the lines. Okay, now as I was explaining, all this is baby hair, all this is baby hair. There's no need of holding them. But what you do After adding on this gel, trust me, even if you take it, you cannot braid it. Okay, you cannot braid it. It's just the gel that pulls this. And then after this is done, and the second one here is done like this, I come and I gel here and here like this, then I hold it here. But trust me, there is nothing like tension here. There is nothing like adding on tension. I hold here and I do this. Okay. After that, I come and I braid here. Okay, there is nothing like tension here. Then after I come with this, then I braid here. Get it? So after braiding here, this one is done. Get it? He is done. Still, I have to first look very well if my line is perfect. And of course, when I find my line perfect, so no. Sorry, we can more. It's okay. We go. Sorry, we can more. It's okay. Now we are on this line also. Three, 1, 2, 3. This one for 1, 2, 3. This one for here. It's the same thing that I do here. Make sure this is done here. And guys, I would like to say thank you those ones who are watching from where we started. I would like to say thank you so much those ones who are watching. Jomkulu HD, from where we started. Okay, and yes, those guys who are sleeping right now, I hope you find this. Maybe I will just have to make sure that I post it for you guys so that when you wake up, you just find it there. Okay, so after that, I'm so too going to do this. As I told you that I can always recommend this hair, even to those who are pregnant, because I know it is a stress-free hairstyle. Yes, no need to sit for a long period of time. Just like that. So we make our braid here. Now after all this is done, I'm just going to come and I bring this. Okay. I hold it here this way and I add here again like this. Just come and you hold here. This is very simple. Just hold here just like this. Please don't forget to subscribe on that channel called Knowing My Hairstyle. Knowing My Hairstyle. And I always say this, that channel is going to help us, like those ones who would want to do a particular hairstyle, but maybe you would want to know more about it. Knowing about it is like knowing if it can fit your hair type, knowing if it can how long it's going to last. Okay, so sometimes we always need to understand those things before we do particular hairstyle. So that channel is called Knowing My Hairstyle, and if you're there, please, you can go and subscribe on it. Yes, the link is in the description. It is called Knowing My Hairstyle. So I've added a lot of things, like maybe if you're pregnant, what are those particular hairstyle that you can do and they can favor your situation. Okay, yes, that also added in that channel. So you just look at something, a certain hairstyle, and maybe before you do it, you just have to know more about it, like how it is going to react with your hair type, how long it's going to stay. Okay, and maybe sometimes we have different hairlines that don't fit a particular hairstyles. Okay, so that channel is going to help you at least to keep you updated when it comes to those hairstyles that maybe you might choose to do. Yes, it is called Knowing My Hairstyle. Now, this is the part that has got more of the hair, the baby hair. It is the one that we're trying to hold well. There's nothing like tension added here. Okay, so after all this, just braid here, and I bring this. It is not hair, it is just the kinky, and we come and we tie it here very tight like that. Okay, after that we are remaining with these two. This is how it's done. So since it is all done like this, and here we just have to remove the hairline. This one goes off and remain with this only. So after only this, we come and we also braid it that way. Thank you so much for those ones who have been with me from since we started this streaming. Thank you so much. And those ones who are joining us right now. And I guess, yes, we're trying to see how this looks like. And I hope you're loving it. So please, if you have any question, I would like you to drop it in the comment section so that I can be answering you as soon as possible. Yes, and still don't forget to subscribe on that channel I've told you. Yes, if you're my good fan, and that is Knowing My Hairstyle. Yes, that one I talk to you lively when you're saying me. Yes, Knowing My Hairstyle. It is particularly to those ones who always want to do some hairstyles and they don't know even an idea about that certain hairstyle. And we are many. You know, like that some people would want to do a certain hairstyle and you just choose, even not knowing maybe it is good for your hairline, or maybe it is going to disturb you, like maybe in the night. Get it? So I always tell you like maybe those hair cells, the particular hair cell like you're supposed to do. Yes. So before you do them, you first know more about them, okay? And the channel is called Knowing My Hair Cell. So after all this, we are done here. This is our last, and then we do the twisting to finish our braiding. I'm not seeing I'm not seeing any question. If you have questions, please just try to ask. Just hair like this. I told you don't need to add on any tension. Just like this. And when I'm done here, I just bring this. Yes, hola, Becca. How are you? Hola, Mrs. Becca. How are you doing? So here we go. This is done. Now you can see all this hair, how it is has remained here. Let me first call my people to come and we twist. I don't know going by the name. Hmm? So now let's do the twisting and then we get done. We get done. Now let me try to add on the hot water. Okay, so to those ones who have been, uh, how many packets of Fluffy Kinky, how many did I use? Okay, these ones I just used only two. I just used only two. Yes, I just used only two. And I told you, like when it comes to Kinky, there's some things that we always need to understand. Okay, one is that for it is always very soft, but since it is soft, it doesn't need that we always need to overpack it. Okay, we don't need to do that. So after all this, I'm just going to, let's do the twisting. Okay, let's do the twisting and we get done with this. Then after doing the twisting, we are going to be adding the plate first. In fact, start from the other side. Petit Videbo in. Thank you so much. And now if there is any other question that you guys might want to ask. So now most ladies in front, whenever they braid them, it is always better someone to hold or need. Okay. On this one, you don't. Maybe now what we're going to do is doing the twisting, and of course you can see how she's twisting it. So to those ones who would want to now here you just twist as you're adding the hair inside, but the front part you just have to hold the front part. Yes, because this is twisting. Now whenever you twist, it keeps on changing. Okay, it keeps on changing. So what you do, you hold that part so that it doesn't show the twisting. Okay, and now that's how the twist goes up to down. Then on the next part, still you just have to hold on the hair. That is very, very important. Holding on the hair, mostly like in front. Yes, as we are twisting, we always have to hold that hair when they're twisting. That one just prevents us, like, when it comes to when you're twisting, it might bring that tension. So when, as she's holding the front, it is helping us to add in the hair very well as we are twisting. Okay, you can see how she's adding inside the hair very well to make sure that the kink is the one that is on top. Okay, and then another thing, you don't have to add on the tension. You don't have to add on any tension. You just have to do it as soft as possible without tightening it. Okay, yes, that is also another thing. Yeah, so since we do it this way, I had on the previous video, the one that I did yesterday, like most people were trying to say like we should add it in hot water or doing that, but sometimes when you do it this soft, you don't need to add it. You don't need to add in soft. You don't need to add it in hot water. You just have to let it be the way it is. Okay. Yes, you just have to let it be the way it is. But first thing you need to understand is not to add on, not adding in a lot. Yes, you should balance at least two of them are supposed to be enough, because I've just remained the I'm remaining with even some others. Yes, I've not done all of them. So two are enough for you. So once you exceed the two, trust me, it is going to be a lot. And once it is a lot, it will cause tension in front and maybe the uncomfortability. You find someone like the hair is very big on someone's head, and even by the time you feel like you want to sleep, you would need to add on those hair bonnets. So you find like it is really very hard for you to maintain them. So you just have to make sure that it is not as tight as possible, and then don't overpack it. Yes, don't overpack the hair. This one also always explain every time that the hair extension that you use should always differ the uh, the partitioning of the hair. So the hair extension that you're using is has to be uh, equivalent to the partitioning that you're going to add on that hair. Okay, that extension. So you don't need to make your hair very tight, very small, and then you add on a bigger extension. That is very wrong. Okay, that is very wrong. So we always have to make sure that the hair extension that we use, sorry, the hair extension that we use is equivalent to the partitioning that we are doing with our hair. So when you find someone is doing something small, of course, the extension, if it is small, the partitioning is supposed to be small, okay? But don't make the big kinky like this one. You can see the extension, how it looks, and then you add it on something that is very small. Those are some mistakes that most people always do, okay? You don't do that. And trust me, make sure that you hide all the hair the way she's doing. Yes, you hide all the hair so that this thing can look very neat. And another thing is uh, we all know that kinky matches very well with the natural hair. Okay, kinky matches very well with natural hair. So all that we do it knowing that no need to add on the tension. Okay, no need to add on the tension. Thank you so much, those ones who are liking the video. Thank you so much. Yes, and please, you can still check in the comment section. uh, Go and subscribe to that channel called Knowing My Hairstyle. That channel is going also to help you a lot. Yes, you should be watching those different videos of different hairstyles. Yes, so like before you do a particular hairstyle, there's some things you need to know about that style. Okay, is she twisting to the right or left? Are you twisting to the right or left? To the left. She's twisting to the to the right. Yes, she's twisting to the right. Thank you so much for that question. Okay. And yes, this hairstyle goes to all hair type. Yes, those ones who have straight lax hair and those ones with natural hair. And of course, I still recommend it to those ones with weak hairline. I don't know why I always recommend kinky with those with weak hairline, just because I know that for it, it is always very, very, um, since it is soft, so it can always favor the weak hairline. Okay. It will always favor your weak hairline. Now, as we're continuing, you can see how the twists look like. I just love them. So yesterday we were trying to, I was talking to someone, and she was like, we should dip it into water so that they, I think, like meaning of calming down. But most of the times when it is too fluffy and you add it in hot water, the way it becomes, okay. So sometimes you don't need. Maybe you can just trim. You can just trim, and if you are trying to add it in hot water, just use a towel. Yes, just use a towel. It will always, it can do it better. Yes. So if there is any other question, please, I'm here to answer all your questions. We're gonna spring. Anita, so what? Cartoon. In, in fact, chocolate anti itch oil. The oil. Tango tukwatireko kutu wangu. Mukasema. So, guys, thank you so much. Those ones who are joining right now. I know most of you guys are sleeping. Yes, I know most of my fans are sleeping, but yes, we are trying to make it right for you. Okay. You can see how the twist looks like. It is very, very perfect and nice. Very, very perfect and nice. I just love the way it looks. So please, those ones who are still on this channel, don't forget to subscribe on the channel called Knowing My Hairstyle. Trust me, guys, I'm going to be uploading videos of these same different types of hairstyles, showing you like the things that you need to know before doing those hairstyles. Okay? Yeah, so go and subscribe on that channel called, it is in the description, the link is in the description, called Knowing My Hairstyle, because we always know like we have a particular head shapes and the hair type, so that those hairstyle that maybe we would need to do, but we don't know what like how they can react to our weak hairline or maybe our head shapes. Okay, so what we do, I'm uploading videos showing you like those different types of hairstyle, but still showing you like if you have a particular hairline, or maybe your short forehead, you have a short forehead, you have a long forehead. So that channel is going to be helping you. At least you chose a certain hairstyle. Yes, you do a certain hairstyle, but when you know more about it, okay? When you know more about those hairstyles. Now, this is the natural tangles, that's how we call them. And I've been showing you like how to tack, the method of tacking in, how to feed the, how I'm feeding them. But first, mostly we saw the, try to slide, okay, like that. Yes, mostly we saw the, we saw the, that we start with raise from down and then we finish it with the toes. Okay, starting from raise down and then we finish it with the toes. That one always happen. Okay, that one always happen. Oba usibida lezo maso. Usibida zinezida kwa. Kuzibinzo vitafana gani. Tokunyigani. Oba batumle no beba. Kwanga ndaba gunde eri off nyonyo. Hmm? Well fine. Well fine capacity. Ne no bada chade off. Hmm? Ebere muno. And katengeri just slide in the water. Twist one eri mukulabika bulungi eri okay. So guys, thank you so much. Those one who are joining, please don't forget to leave a like. Yes, don't forget to leave for us a like. And yes, and still don't forget to go right on that channel so that you can also still subscribe on that. Then bro millet cut, bro milk, what you trying to mean? Bridget, how are you doing in the Blunji? Okay. Yes, those who are joining, thank you so much for joining. So, but as we are finishing up with our braiding, yes, there's some things that we're going to be doing, like the finishing. Of course, we can do everything. We can braid, we can do everything, but the only thing that is always nice is the it is the finishing. That is the most important thing that is should be. Wakati mlekavo wabusibire dalaika.
What trimming?
Ozala kutuminga kwa maani. Tewali kutuminga kwa maani. Just so ndabiraga amazzi bwe gagayira. My dear, you're done? You can put the live, we are plating. So now, guide. Soko gongera. So as we are finishing up, this is our anti-itch oil that I always add in the hair, okay, when we are done, okay. This is the anti-itch oil that I always add in the hair. So after that, it is called MDC hair product, and those ones who would want it, you can go and search for it. Then this one I just add the scalp. Just later with this towel tugenda kugira tugenda kutobya si kuyuwamu sima bwakitera tugenda kuteeka butesi mu towel then tunyiga obunyuzi so nabo taleta towels nyingi but ekyo ngenda kikola after nga maze okukwata paafu ndeeterayo got to be gel. Okay, so now I'm trying to add on the anti-itchy oil. You just have to add it in all the scalp. Thank you so much. This fine. This has where yours. So you can see how fluffy it is, but remember the style that we are doing is the style that we did is for holding a puff. So there is nothing like we have to make this look like the finishing of holding a puff is not the same finishing of like when you're leaving it down. Okay, of course I will show you that also after that. We cannot leave it like this when you're going to leave it down, so they're all different. You can bring a thread. Thank you. So after adding on all these, okay, we're just going to try to hold our hair after we have added everything. So now, those ones who maybe have just joined me right now, there is something I was trying to show you, like even when we were doing this, I was trying to show you that most of the times when we are plating this, we always have to follow the directions. We always follow the directions of like where we're going to hold this. So now, since we were going to hold our puff from here on top. Of course, all my braids, how they are, they're all following the direction of the puff, okay? And where I'm going to hold them on is where the puff goes, okay? And it is up here. So if it was braided going down still, I would have followed the direction like when they are going down. Now we are holding it on top, and this is, you can see they're going there very protective. You see how they are? You see how they are? They're just going straight. Now, first and foremost, when you're holding a puff that is very, very tight, of course, we do it as we are maintaining the tension. So what we do, you come here and we first tie here first. Like that. So after this tightness, this is like getting my position where it is. So I'm still adding my braids coming here like this. I told you that this one I can recommend it to those ones who are even pregnant because it is a free style hairstyle. It will be a stress-free hairstyle. Okay, excuse me. Because anytime you feel like washing it, it is very easy for you to wash it. Okay. Now I add these front ones. Okay. I hold here like this, and then here the same, and try turn here. Okay, and also here like this, and then the last one like this. You can see how it looks. So after holding it all, and I make sure that they're in the position that I wanted. Now after all that, we're just going to come and hold it. Come and hold. So this is our last. Tight, very tight. Again, and that's fine. Sometimes people hold this puff and it also becomes tight, not knowing how you're supposed to hold it. So after that, just come as we're adjusting how our lines are measured. Just adjust. Okay. You can see how it is. After it's like this, we're just going to do our rollings. Okay, this is just like a freestyle. Just do this. Now here, if you had used like 4 of them, if you had used like 4 of them, trust me, it was going to be something that is very, very huge. Okay, but here what we do, we use few, and those were 2 packets, so that this donut that I'm doing here is not much. Okay, that's why I always say that we have to mind these the kink that you're using, like how many of them you're supposed to use, so that if there are many, just know if you use more than that, your puff is not going to be as simple as this one. Okay, so you just have to make sure that you don't use a lot. And now here we go. This is a puff, and this is how it looks. Very simple. And why we always start from here is the way that even when you're sleeping, it is easy for you, like sleeping very well, and when it is not disturbing you at all. Okay, so after that, we are going to first bring that dry. Okay, you can see how the puff is this simple. And so now we are remaining with this baby hair. And for the baby hair, I always use uh, my gel for it. You can put them. Just put there like that. Don't do this. Just put it there.